Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Sakura Dungeon. Last time, we got a couple new outfits, one I'm currently wearing, as you can see. Got a few new party members, and today we're going to be doing some walking around town. Alright, so we're going to start out with helping Sylvi overcome her shyness. Oh, whoops, sorry, that's on auto somehow. After the last time I took Sylvi out, it has become apparent she cannot handle attention from other women. I'm not exactly sure why this would be. She has probably been studying the entire time I have been absent in her elven metropolis. But surely she has had some contact in all that time, right? I ask. Maybe I should talk to her about it. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that she is here. Once again, she is delving into the secrets of the cosmos. Yomi, did you need something? Asked Sylv. I was just wondering how you were doing, Sylv, Yomi says. It has been some time since those slimes imparted their wisdom to you. Let's not talk about that, says Sylv. That was way too lewd, she says. On the contrary, says Yomi, it could have been something even more if you had not stopped it. What do you mean? Asks Sylv. Her face turns red when she realizes what I meant. No, none of that, says Sylv. Just studying an arcane wisdom, says Sylv. I just want to find out more about the world through academic means, says Sylv. You're way too shy, you know, says Yomi. At least Siri enjoys the attention. Well, what do you mean I'm too shy? Sylv asks me. What have you been doing this entire time I've been gone? Yomi asks. Well, studying, says Sylv, and working out arcane mathematics, learning about the operations of eldritch machines and magical objects. What about spending time around other people? Asks Yomi. Sylv doesn't respond. No, she says finally. That's not really something I've done. When you left, I wanted to follow in your footsteps, Sylv says, and discover as much about the universe as I could. So no, I've not spent much time amongst others. Why not spend more time around the other girls? Asked Yomi. You cannot learn everything from a book. What would I be learning? Asked Sylv. You will see, says Yomi. Going back to the inn, we're waiting outside of the guest bedroom. Is this going to be another one of those experiences like last time? Asked Sylv. Not quite the same, says Yomi. These girls will tell you more secrets of the cosmos, of nature, and this world we live in, says Yomi. Nothing too far, of course, says Yomi. Just a little bit of cuddling, maybe. Really, that isn't necessary at all, says Sylv. I would be happy just to talk to them. Then just talk to them, says Yomi, and see where things go from there. Well, wait, where are you going? Asks Sylv. Just for a walk, says Yomi. They should be here soon. Do your best and try to make some friends, she says. Sylv says, okay, I'll give this a try. After some time, I return to the meadow. Sure enough, they seem to be growing close. I see. With a genie on one side and a forest spirit on another, Sylv seems very uncomfortable with the attention she is getting from them. So, what else did you want to tell me about? Asked Sylv. She lets out a yelp. Don't touch me there, says Sylv. You must learn to abandon the trappings of civilizations at times, says the forest spirit. What could be more natural than this, she asks. I am a being which grants desires, says the genie. But what people do not know is that I can hear desires too. The genie gets much, much closer to her, whispering in her ear. You like the fox, don't you? She asks. Sylv just tries to turn away. I can hear your heartbeat faster when I mentioned it, says the genie. Although Sylv turns away from the genie, the forest spirit eagerly presses up against her from the other side. Now, says the forest spirit. Wouldn't it be better to be honest with your feelings? She asks. The forest spirit gently puts her arm around her and embraces her bosom. You have a lot of unresolved feelings. I can see it in your eyes, says the forest spirit. Sylv starts to say. Despite her obvious embarrassment, Sylv's face gives it away. It's true, says Sylv. I loved Yomi, she says. I still love Yomi. See, asks the forest spirit. Was that so hard to admit? One must remember that desire is not inherently a destructive impulse, says the genie. Love is one form of desire which can bloom into something beautiful, says the genie. So why not pursue it? Sylv says, I don't know what I want anymore. As I learn more and more about the cosmos, everything I do just seems petty, she says. There's nothing petty about the bonds you share with other people, says the forest spirit. Open your heart, and I will tell you the secrets of nature. And I will grant you what wisdom I have too, says the genie. She looks back and forth at them. Okay, says Sylv. The two of them lean forward, whispering sweetly into her ears. She listens intently to their every word, still shifting uncomfortably as they get closer to her. It is then that I see light in her eyes. I'm beginning to understand now, says Sylv. Is this enlightenment, she asks. Perhaps, says the forest spirit. I am only telling you what I know. How that mixes with the knowledge you already have accumulated. We cannot say for sure, says the genie. Keep whispering them to me, says Sylv. Help me understand. They eventually leave, smiling as they do. Sylv once again seems in awe. Yomi, says Sylv. How long have you been there, she asks. Quite some time now, Yomi says. How do you feel? She looks down at her hands. I feel like I understand, says Sylv, with what they have told me. A small spark of power erupts from her hand. Oh, asks Yomi? Now that is interesting. I need some time to apply what I have learned, says Sylv. With this knowledge, I think I can gain incredible power. But isn't this too easy? She asks. I do not know what you have studied while I have been gone, Sylv. I merely gave you opportunities to expose yourself to new perspectives, new knowledge. The fact that you apply this knowledge so quickly to such an incredible effect, that is not something merely anyone could do, says Yomi. You are a rare prodigy, the likes of which this land would not see for another 1,000 years, if not longer. Sylv doesn't respond. Am I really so special, she asks. You are, Sylv, says Yomi. I gently pull her towards me and give her a hug. I have been very proud of everything you've done, says Yomi. You are truly a great magician. She doesn't say anything then. Her face turns bright red as she nuzzles against me. I, says Sylv. I shush her and whisper into her ear. I know, says Yomi. Quietly, she simply stands there in my arms, embracing me. It will be alright to stay like this for a while. Sylv's stats have increased. Sylv has gained spiritual ability. I see. A stat boost. Fascinating. Alright, what is next on the list? Enjoy some time in the meadow! With all this madness we've been dealing with lately, I think I just need to go somewhere so I can enjoy some peace and quiet. Things in the dungeon have just been an endless spiral of increasingly dire straits. So, I think I need to go to take my mind off of things. The meadow has always remained serene. Nature at its simplest, really. Rolling beautiful fields of green. They say that humans love the sight of these fields because it is a sign of a good season. But is there honestly anyone who could not enjoy such a sight? I know that going here always puts me at ease. With my Zen garden being difficult to access, I must find peace through nature. I sit down on the grass, enjoying the pleasant feeling of the breeze against my face. However, looking upon this landscape also fills me with conviction. If the Dungeon Lord succeeds in their plan, what exactly is going to happen to all these serene and peaceful plains around me? Well, it is not wholly pleasant to think about. It is something I inevitably have to consider. Oh, and what are you doing here? Asked a mysterious voice. I turn around to see who the voice belongs to. Siri lies there, a gentle smile on her face. I was not expecting to see you here, Yomi, says Siri. What brings you out here? She asks me. Even an ancient fox spirit needs to take some time to relax, Siri, says Yomi. What brings you out here exactly? She asks. Precisely the same reason as you, Siri responds. There has been much at work that I do not fully understand, so I like to just enjoy the simple things at times, says Siri. What better things are there in life than wide open meadows bursting with life? You are certainly right about that, Siri, Yomi responds. After all the adventures we've had, it is good to take a moment to relax and enjoy the simple things, isn't it? Certainly, says Siri. Siri lets out a loud yawn. I've always found the town to be too noisy when I'm relaxing in between expeditions, says Siri. A few drinks does help quiet my mind, but it does not work quite as well as this, she says. She sits up, still smiling. I have always needed some time to recover in between expeditions. I do not doubt that. I remember you mentioned the hardships of traversing through dungeons, though. After all the hardships you've endured, anyone would need a break, says Yomi. But the challenge is part of the fun, says Siri. What do you mean exactly? Asks Yomi. Well, Siri says, part of being human is that none of us start off being strong or good at anything. So we love to challenge ourselves, especially against the odds. I do not know for sure, but I believe it is how we have survived against all the terrible things that thrown at us, Siri says. Yes, says Yomi, I would say it is. Humans are certainly a wondrous species. What about your species, though, Yomi? Asked Siri. Are they not wondrous in their own way? Well, with monsters, it's hard to put all of them into one distinct category, says Yomi. We are all simply different. It's not that straightforward with humans, either, is it? Asks Yomi. Not at all, says Siri. Siri stretches out across the swaying grass. Once again, I resolved to finish this dungeon with you, Yomi, says Siri. I resolved to finish it with you as well, Siri, says Yomi. After all, we have done a splendid job so far, haven't we? Well, it wouldn't be egotistical of me to critique my own work, says Siri. You know, I think they put it really well. This leads into something I want to say as well. This is probably going to be the last Sakura Dungeon video for a little while. I'm not quitting on the series. It's just been a long time. I've been recording these videos weekly, or at least enough for a weekly episode for over a year now, and I'm just getting a little bit burnt out whenever it comes to Sakura Dungeon. And also, I feel ignorant whenever it comes to Sakura Dungeon. I definitely need to utilize some of the massive items I actually am sitting on right now, and actually understand a little bit more about the combat system. But, I mean, of course, there's going to be some... Of course, there's going to be something else to replace it in its slot, but it's just no more Sakura Dungeon for a little bit. But we will come back to the series and finish up. Alright, everybody. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for something different.